and never get this kind of thing, or I hear it.
Somebody called me that there is a form that people are filling. I should go and fill.
Then I went there, she gave me one, I filled the form.
We are 3 in number, they working together. We got form from federal government.
After 2 weeks, I received an alert.
A very good evening to you, and wherever you are, you're just on time to join us on NTA News Extra Top Table. Tonight, President Buhari gives some insight on the complexities of the Nigerian nation, the ties that bind and those in a bind. Nigerian business heavyweights on board in the France-Nigeria Business Council, raising the bar even behind bars. Inmates of correctional facilities graduate with degrees. Also on the news, House of Representatives passes supplementary budget and at second reading. There is an eye on law enforcement as the police unveil security response app. There are also reports of efforts to build social bridges and actual physical bridges. Let's get started. You know, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. I am Fatima Mabuba, and this is News Extra. I welcome you all. President Muhammadu Buhari says, contrary to widely held belief that religion and ethnicity are responsible for the complexities of the Nigerian condition, the people are indeed to blame for the inherent injustices across the land. The president spoke recently at an audience with members of the Muhammadu Buhari Oshimbajo Dynamic Support Group who paid him a solidarity visit. State House correspondent Adam Osambo has the details.
The President of the Court of Appeal, the first port of call for representation by the presidential candidates, was my classmate in secondary school, Kaduna.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who went into the trajectory of his struggles to get justice at the courts after the disputed results of presidential elections in 2003, 2007 and 2011, submitted that the people who ruled against him were of his own ethnic stock and religious persuasion, while those who stood for him were of other faiths and ethnicity.
We went to Supreme Court. My legal head was Chief Mike Ahamba, a Roman Catholic and an Igbo man, who was the Chief Justice of the Federation. A Hausa Fulani man was like me from Zaria. No, seriously, from Zaria. It didn't take them 15 minutes, they dismissed us. In 2000, I think, and 7, who was the Chief Justice? Kutigi. Again, a Muslim from the north, he was the Chief Justice. I think after 8 months or so, he dismissed the case. And then in 2011, because I was so persistent, who was the Chief Justice? Mustafa, a Fulani man like me, from Jigawa, the neighbor of Utume State. He dismissed the case. I have taken you around this to prove to you that our problem is not ethnicity or religion, it is ourselves.
Explaining why he refused to give up, the president said it was in response to what happened to him while trying to rid the country of corruption as military head of state.
In the end, I myself was arrested, still in uniform, sent in detention. They were given back what they have taken, and they were released. And I was there for 3.25 years. This is Nigeria. And I hope the historians and the intellectuals will document this, because it's a fantastic state of political development. It should be there, so that our grandchildren and great-grandchildren should see we didn't get it as easy as other people think, because God has given us oil and other resources and big population and dynamic people. We have suffered. We have suffered along the line.
President Buhari said he cannot thank Nigerians enough for their massive show of support, understanding, and cooperation during both his political struggles and now as the president of Nigeria.
And I'm dedicated to serving Nigeria and Nigerians because the love is genuine. Thank goodness nobody ever accused me of corruption. And I have been everything: a governor, Minister of Petroleum, Head of State, and now Presidency in my second term. Nobody forces you. You go together, your energy, your resources, your time to put things on record. I thank you very much.
Members of the Muhammadu Buhari or Shibanjo Dynamic Support Group were in the State House to present a compendium of 5 years' achievements of the governing APC. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Illegal importation and possession of firearms in Nigeria has been a problem, producing wide range of security implications. With these lawbreakers appearing more daring, worried by this, the Senate is amending the Firearms Act to increase the fines contained in the act thereof. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo reports.
While the executive is carrying out changes in the nation's security architecture, the Senate, on its part, is effecting changes to extant laws regulating the movement and possession of firearms in Nigeria. The Senate has taken decision on the importance of prevention in checking illegal importation of firearms and has therefore passed the Firearms Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Senator Obasani. It seeks to increase the current fine of 1,000 naira to 5 million or 3 years imprisonment or both.
To establish a comprehensive and coordinated disarmament process and destruction of all illegal firearms by the Office of the National Security Advisor.
That has been taken and the bill is passed. Thank you very much, distinguished colleagues. I'm sure this will go a long way in supporting the fight against the so much insecurity we have in the country.
Senate has approved 74.7 billion naira as the 2021 budget of the Nigerian Police Trust Fund. This followed the consideration of the report of its Committee on Police Affairs.
For the enhancement of the policing and tackling the security challenges for the benefit of the nation and its citizenry.
The National Bonds and Rehabilitation Center Ilaro Ogun State Establishment Bill, sponsored by Senator Tolu Odebiyi. The Nigerian Merchant Navy Coast Guard Security and Safety Corps, sponsored by Senator Kabiru Gaya, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Amendment Bill, sponsored by Senator Kola Balogun, passed second reading.
A major facility solely dedicated to the care of these kinds of emergencies, as it is globally practiced in other countries of the world.
This is specialized, it is going to be created especially to take care of incidences of burns.
Also to provide and response to any emergency quick rescue facilities, first aid medical services for marine and merchant shipping.
3 senators defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC, citing crisis in the state chapter of the party as reason. Senator Sahabi Yao, Zamfara North, Lawali Hassan Anka, Zamfara West, and Senator Peter Nwaboshi, Delta North. The bill seeking to domesticate the African Union Convention on the Protection of Internally Displaced Persons in Africa, sponsored by Senator Frank Ibezim, was among the 5 bills passed for first reading. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Police Force has developed a safety and security mobile app named the Police FGS Scope to enable emergency reporting and response system. Security correspondent Francis Form reports that the app responds real-time to command and control centers within 5 seconds.
Kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, terrorism, emergencies, and natural disasters are what the new police app seeks to address.
There is always some 2 seconds when you will realize that you are in danger. And what you need to do is to push the panic button or do this way or press the code.
We therefore implore Nigerian and members of the diplomatic community to adopt this application as a reporting tool so as to bring peace security in Nigeria to the poorest minimum.
Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyama, excited by the innovation, calling on Nigerians and the diplomatic corps to make the best use of it in addressing security challenges.
That's excellent, and this is the kind of thing we need. And what fascinates me, I think, the most is that you're saying that once you swipe, whatever happens to the phone, even if you've turned it off, that it's still transmitting, you know, and I think that's very important.
The Police VGS Scope is an artificial intelligence mechanism developed by the Nigeria Police Force in crime management. Franks is from NTA News.
And in keeping to its commitment of ensuring disciplinary, national correspondent Lami Ali has that.
Before referring the supplementary budgets to the Committee on Appropriation, its necessity was highlighted.
Nothing will be too much to spend on the health and the well-being of our people. Mr. Speaker, security is also one area that we are being concerned with.
Any opposition to the supplementary bill? Anybody wants to speak against it? We'll put the question. Those in support, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. Ayes have it.
Other bills passed at second reading include the bill seeking more power and responsibilities to local government councils, sponsored by Anthony Afe.
They should create local government, not depending on the federal location. There's no need wasting their energy in creating more local government area.
The chairman, House Special Ad Hoc Committee on Petroleum Industry Bill, Mohammed Tahir Munguno, also laid the committee's report as plenary for consideration. A joint motion seeking reopening of land borders was opposed by House members.
This part of the closure, these petroleum products are still crossing to other countries. If you just take the proliferation of arms in the country, and this is happening not through any other place, but through our borders.
When people have argued for me that it has not worked, my question has always been, what if it had not been closed? So the question, it boils down really to me, security versus free trade or economy. We have to choose one.
The House also passed a resolution to investigate non-payments of allowances to personnel of the Nigerian Army as raised by Abubakar Nalaraba.
Despite the increment in budgetary provision for non-regular allowances from 283 billion in 2020 to about 380 billion in 2021, the welfare of Army personnel have not felt the corresponding effect.
The lawmakers urge authorities to provide electricity to resuscitate economic activities in parts of Osun State as moved by Taiwo Luga.
Provision of 133 kV electricity substation in Ayedade Irewole Isokun Federal Constituency will improve the economic activity and security in Irewole Ayedade Isokun Federal Constituency area of Osun State.
Other features at plenary was the consideration and approval of the budget of the Federal Capital Territory. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Let's head to Aba now, where prominent Abia state indigents and the police are calling for peace over the rearrest and subsequent trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. They are optimistic that the federal government will follow the path of justice in handling the case. Benson Osadebe reports.
The leaders of thought cautioned followers of Nnamdi Kanu to remain calm and await the trial in court.
Those are our people, how to speak for human life and infrastructure. Why you destroy within this region what people who are losing. The economy of the nation is not so much robust, and whenever you destroy, which is the problem. Even with agitation, it can be solved in the round table.
I don't agree with his approach or his modus operandi, but then if we trade well and carefully, we will not set up more uprising.
Should be tried fairly, and if wanting, should face the Lord. Whatever you are doing, you'll be conscious of the laws of the land, whether you are a youth, whether you are fighting a cause or so. You must be mindful of the constitution now provisions guiding your actions.
They observed that the Igbos are resourceful, committed to their businesses and not given to violence.
Nobody invests where there's instability. So economically it's affecting us. Human-wise it's affecting us. I mean, look at all the bloods that were shed in recent past. Were some parts of Olu, of course Imo State generally, and other parts in southeastern Nigeria. Of course Anambra, you can know that of Anambra. And the destruction of human lives, security personnel, the police. Why should they lose their life? So these are the effects of that negativity.
I believe authorities has known what they're agitating. It's not using the use of force that we can get what we want.
As of today, the city is calm as residents, though cautious, are going about their businesses. In Aba, Benson Osadebe, NTA News.
Thank you, Benson. The unyielding entrepreneurial spirit of the Igbo people is one propelling force that pushes them across the nooks and crannies of the country, exploring and exploiting business opportunities that abound. Kano, with its abundant opportunities, is one state the Igbo community has found a home away from home, where they thrive in peace with their businesses. As few unpatriotic people of Igbo extraction beat the drums of breakup, the enterprising Igbo communities in Kano have remained faithful to one Nigeria, one destiny. Elizabeth Yilalamido files in this report, all the way from Kano.
Kano, the most populous state in northern Nigeria and famously known as the commercial hub of the region, is constantly filled with hustle and bustle as people go about their daily businesses. The vigor with which natives of the state engage in commercial activities made it attractive for traders, self-employed artisans, and businessmen to carry out their trades and in most cases migrate and settle down on a permanent basis. Of such migrants are the Igbos, with the bulk of their population residing in Sabongari, and about 80% of them private sector employees and entrepreneurs at various levels. Mr. Vitalis Uwa is a 45-year-old man who has been living in Kano for more than 30 years.
My own business I have established over 24 years now. Me and my family, my wife, my children, we are living in Kano peacefully.
Like Vitalis Uwa, majority of the Igbos, especially those in their 30s and 40s, were born and bred in Kano, with some of them having met their spouses in the north.
I came Kano without anything. Then I started this business. God blessed me.
I started my life here. I was a kid when I come to Kano. I met my wife here in Kano, and this is my first son.
Igwe Boniface Ibekwe is the fourth Eze Ndigbo of Kano State.
Myself, all my children were born here. Most of my assets is in Kano State. Most of our people are investing in Kano State. We are respecting the laws of the land. We are also contributing to the economy of the state. And we are Nigerians. Wherever you find yourself, we stay there and salvage it together. And that is what the Constitution says. So who are we living in Kano for? So we are Igbos of Kano, not Igbos in Kano.
Despite the security challenges and increased agitations bedeviling the country, the Igbo community in Kano hope to continue to regard the North as their home away from home for many years to come. From Kano, Elizabeth Yilalamido, NTA News.
Let's talk health now. I guess you must have come across several posts and videos circulating on the social media claiming that COVID-19 vaccine can make people magnetic. For a country that is making concerted efforts to curb COVID-19, hesitancy is the impact such unverified news could have on the country's campaign drive for COVID-19 vaccination. It is against this backdrop that it becomes imperative to put the trending unverified news in the right perspective to forestall retrogression in the progress made so far in the country's response to the global pandemic of COVID-19. And to talk more on this, we have Professor Oyewale Tomori. He is a virologist and past president, Nigerian Academy of Science. It's good to have you on News Extra, Professor.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
It's a pleasure having
Okay. So, Professor, have you seen any of the videos circulating on the social media claiming that COVID-19 vaccine can make people magnetic?
I've seen many versions, not just one, different versions from different countries and different methods, using spoon, using knife, using coins, all sorts of things. Ridiculous. That's the word I have for those things. But I'll explain.
Some even use bulb, actually. So, as a renowned expert in the field of virology, what can you tell Nigerians? Is it true or false, even though you said it's ridiculous?
First of all, I think, as I said, there are a lot of copycats. It started somewhere from the UK and then, or US, whatever. And now you have it from Ghana. Everybody is doing it. First of all, I think let's look at the situation that is on. The amount of vaccine you get is just about 0.5 mils. I don't know how much of metallic can be inside that as to be able to maintain or hold a passport. I mean, a magnet or a metal. Remember that when you get that vaccine, it actually, your body absorbs it and it dissipates throughout the entire body. So it's not as if it is remaining at the point of inoculation. Therefore, if they say there's a metal there, if that thing is going all over your body, then the entire body should be magnetizing. And then if you look at some of the things they show, they're actually using things that have no magnetic property. A silver spoon cannot be magnetized. So, you buy some people using keys, all sorts of things, coins, or that nature. And nobody knows exactly what they did with their body before they came up. I'm doing something right now. I have a coin. I'll put it there. Was I vaccinated on my forehead? These are easy, ridiculous things that people do. And let me tell you what I did. I had pando yam this evening. And I took a little bit of the pando yam and put it on the coin and put it on where I can stick it on any part of my body and it will stay. So what did those people do with their body before they showed us the film? What did they rub on their body? Nobody knows. Ordinary sweat on your body can attach the coin and you will have it there. So don't ever believe what people are showing. And I think it is very selfish of them. They have received the vaccination and they're trying to dissuade people from getting it. I think they're not really selfish, they're wicked. Now, please don't listen to such people.
We really appreciate the demonstration with the coins. But has anything been done to verify the claim in view of the effect such could have on the war against COVID-19?
Yeah, first of all, I think those who want to know about it, go and find out what are the ingredients of those vaccines. They are open, they're in the public. You go to the website, you can find out what they contain. There's none of them that contains anything metallic at all. And I think I raised a very important point that if you take your silver spoon, it is those who know basic physics know that silver spoon is not metallic. So there's no way. And then all those ones we're using the bulbs. We've done all those tricks before when we're young. Connect two wires together and you can have the bulb lighting. Remove the wires and you see the same thing. Some of those bulbs have the batteries under them. When you touch them, it lights up. So all those tricks they're playing, I mean, there are things we've done when we're children. And I think it would be unfortunate if anybody believes those type of things. As I said, go to the website, find out all the information. None of those things contain any metal material.
So, Professor, lastly, can you tell us whether there's a reason for, or there are reasons for people to become paranoid about the safety of the COVID-19 vaccine?
First of all, I'm a very good example. I've gotten my 2 shots. And I was joking the other time when somebody asked me any side effect. I said, when I got my first shot, I was 5 years younger. When I got the second one, I'm even 10 years younger. So, I mean, I have not had any problem. And a lot of people, some people will have mild effects. I mean, these are the things. So it's expected. You drink water, you eat fish, you eat egg, you have side effects. So it's nothing strange. I mean, there's nothing about it. But then the benefits of getting the vaccine is much more than the risk we're talking about. And I think that's the message we need to pass to our people. There's no reason to get unnecessary paranoid about this type of thing. It is for your safety.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Oyewale Tomari, virologist, and he is also the past president of Nigerian Academy of Science. I thank you so much for coming on News Extra. Now, coming ahead on News Extra, a peep into the world of waste to wealth. Somewhere, the good, the bad, and the ugly. A thriving business venture that is seeing women in Kano smiling all the way to the bank that would stimulate your interest. Details and more when News Extra returns in just a moment.
The brightest stars they burn with more passion. See that? Shooting star. Impressive, but no legs. Now that star is called Sirius. When I was a kid, I was inspired by that star. Like Sirius, I wanted to shine brighter. I wanted to stand out. That's a champion star, right? And it warms my heart to know that right now, that same star shines over a new generation of Nigerians. Passionate about their dreams. Shine, my people, shine. Speaking of champions, the word Sirius is Greek. It means to glow. Coincidence? No way. Glow? A halo.
The federal government of Nigeria has extended the conduct of vaccination for the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Both the second dose and the reopened first dose vaccination will now close on 5th July 2021. This means the nationwide phase 1 COVID-19 vaccination will end on 5th July 2021. To receive full protection against COVID-19, Nigerians 18 years and above who had their first dose on or before the 5th of May 2021 should urgently visit the nearest vaccination site to receive the second dose. Nigerians who took their first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine outside the country and now eligible for the second dose can visit the nearest vaccination post in Nigeria and get vaccinated with the second dose. After you have been fully vaccinated, continue to observe COVID-19 prevention protocols such as wearing a mask in public, washing your hands regularly, and maintaining social distance. COVID-19 vaccination is free, safe, and effective. For more information and to find your nearest vaccination site, visit www.nphcda.gov.ng or call 0700 220-1122. This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency.
The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahya, on behalf of officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, cordially invites the general public to the Nigerian Army Day celebration, NADCEL 2021. Theme: a professional and ready Nigerian Army, a prerequisite for successful operations in a joint environment. This year's NADCEL will feature the Chief of Army Staff's press conference on Thursday, 1st July 2021. Jumat prayers in all Nigerian Army formations on Friday, 2nd July 2021. Interdenominational church service in all Nigerian Army formations on Sunday, 4th July 2021. Medical outreach in some selected communities and humanitarian outreach program by members of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Monday, 5th July 2021. It will also feature lectures and Chief of Army Staff's Commendation Award on Tuesday, 6th July 2021. Venue: Command Officers Mess 1, Asokoro, Abuja. Nigerian Army, pride of the nation. Major General Anthony Omozoje, Chief of Civil Military Affairs, announcer.
The Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Dr. Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, hereby invites all heads of federal government ministries, departments and agencies, private sectors, organizations and associations, and other relevant stakeholders to a public consultative forum on the draft 2022 to 2024 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. Date: Thursday, 1st July 2021. Time: 3 p.m. Venue: Main Auditorium, Federal Ministry of Finance, Abuja. You are invited to a Zoom webinar. Registration link: bit.lymtef-FSP. Ben Akabueze, Director General, Budget Office, announcer.
Are you a woman, youth, or person with disability who has just turned 18 years and above and is yet to register to vote? Wait no more. The time to register is here. INEC is calling on you to come out during the continuous voter registration CVR exercise starting on Monday, 28 June 2021 to get registered. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is committed to inclusivity in the electoral process. Where does one register? INEC has launched an online registration portal for you to log in at your convenience to pre-register and thereafter book an appointment to complete the registration process at the nearest INEC state or local government office to you. For women, youths and PWDs seeking transfer of registration, replacement of defaced, damaged or lost cards, and correction of information, this call is for you. Remember, no registration, no voting. You can vote and be voted for. Your vote is your right and voice. Don't let this opportunity pass by. No forget all. The date still remains. Monday, 28 June 2021. INEC, making your vote count. Consolidating our democracy.
His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Sahad Abubakar III, cordially invites all 35 executive members to the inauguration of the Intertribal Traditional Leaders Association of Nigeria, scheduled to take place as follows. Date, Friday, July 2nd, 2021. Venue, Mina Event Center, Kano. Time, 3 p.m. Special guest of honor, His Excellency, Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti State Governor, Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Sahad Abubakar III, His Royal Highness, Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Eniton Ogunwusi, His Royal Majesty, Obi of Onitsha, Nwaemeka Alfred Achebe, Royal Father of the Day, His Highness, the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, Host, His Highness, Eze Sirkindibo, Kano, Dr. Boniface Ibekwe, Chief Host, His Excellency, Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. You are welcome to Kano. His Highness, Eze Sirkindibo, Kano, Dr. Boniface Ibekwe, Announcer.
It's good to note that this program that we're intending to do will highlight all difficulties, the importance, what a federal character is all about.
If we're going to get through these tough times we are facing right now, we need to effectively and efficiently deploy our greatest resource. And no, I'm not referring to oil or any of the other natural resources we've been blessed with. I am referring to our people.
So the service takers, they are the demand side of the service delivery equation. And so we engage them and urge that they stand for their rights and demand quality services from the state, which is the government.
Equity is about ensuring that everyone has access to these opportunities and tools so they can live their best lives and be successful regardless of their age, gender, tribe, or ethnic group. It is about the system, not favoring one group over the other, but recognizing that we as a country can only survive if everyone is held accountable by the same law.
And we stand to protect, to defend, and to make sure that we achieve the end of doing this seminar.
Good to have you back. Africa projects 60% vaccines production by 2040 as investors gain 138.9 billion naira to maintain positive posture at the close of equity trading. Musa Abubakar brings us up to speed with details on business news.
Thank you, Fatima. The African Union says by 2040, African countries will produce at least 60% of the vaccines they use as opposed to the 1% manufactured in the continent. Currently, in a communique issued by the Partnership for African Vaccine Manufacturing Task Force and made available to journalists, the union stated that developing local vaccine manufacturing in Africa will both answer a health security imperative and bring benefits in terms of improved livelihoods and economies. It noted that though a complex undertaking and not without risk, the situation presents a unique opportunity for action and unprecedented support from governments across the continent, as well as partnership with institutions across Africa and the globe, as well as the private sector. Now, the capital market, equities market closed Tuesday trading session on a positive. The all-share index climbed 0.17% to close at 7,907.28 basis points, and the equity capitalization at 19.8 trillion naira, 213.7 million shares valued at 3.2 billion naira were traded in 3,522 deals. Wema Bank, Owando, and Mutual Benefit Assurance were the most traded shares with a combined volume of 49 million shares valued at 64.9 million naira. Well, that's business news. Back to you, Fatima.
Thank you so much, Musa. French President Emmanuel Macron has inaugurated the France-Nigeria Business Council. The council is expected to facilitate more business opportunities between both countries in key sectors of the economy. Ngufan Shaji reports that Chairman Boa Group Abdul Samad Rabiu leads other giants of the Nigerian private sector in the council.
The France-Nigeria Business Council is a private sector initiative to enhance business relations between the two countries, with Abdul Samad Rabiu, founder and chairman of Nigeria's Boa Group, as its inaugural president. The council also has Gilbert Chalgori, Mike Adenuga, Aliko Dangote, Tony Lemelu, and Helbert Wigwe as Nigerian members of the council. The board chairman and newly appointed president of the France-Nigeria Business Council, Abdul Samad Rabiu, while speaking at the inaugural meeting of the council in Paris on the sidelines of the business summit in France, appreciated President Macron for his vision in creating the French-Nigeria Business Council, which has led to a reset in the business relationship between Nigeria and France, and has created a viable platform for businesses from both countries to partner and improve business ties. President Macron praised the board chairman and newly appointed president of the council for having confidence in French businesses, which led to a partnership for Boa's new 200,000 barrels per day refinery. He also pledged his government's support to facilitating better dialogue amongst the Nigerian businesses and their French counterparts. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated founder and chairman of BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu, on his appointment by French President Emmanuel Macron as president of the France-Nigeria Business Council. In a statement, President Buhari says the appointment of the BUA chairman further highlights the strong, warm and growing relations between both countries, especially in the areas of security, education and health. President Buhari appreciates the goodwill of the French government in improving relations with Nigeria, with focus on strengthening trade and business ties, while congratulating the business community for a successful outing at the Choose France Summit held at Chaux de Versailles outside of Paris. The president salutes members of the Business Council from Nigeria, which include Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Dr. Mike Adenuga, Gilbert Chagori, Tony Elumelu, and Herbert Wigwe. And we'll take you to Kano now. And from Kano comes a story of an industry that has for long been playing the role of making women very powerful players in providing economic and food security, not only to the Asian city, but to neighboring states and beyond. Aminu Umar visited Chedir and Gurasa, a place where women bakers engage in production of gurasa, a popular local bread that has multiple benefits.
Kano has long trading relationship with Arabs. This brings about cultural intersection between the two trading partners. Chedir and Gurasa in Kano Municipal hosted those traders. As such, transferred their food as one of their identity to the host community. Gurasa is now accepted in Kano as food that has historical coloration. 65-year-old Hassana Muhammad, a mother and grandmother who was born into the family of bakers, started baking at the age of 7.
When I was young, I could bake 3 bags of flour, but now I can bake 1 bag.
She is one of the hundreds of Gurasa bakers. This trade engages them with their children, both boys and girls, who also participate and go to school when it's time for such, and their children don't go out hawking.
We all bake, me and my children. We do it at home, we don't need to go out.
It is mostly women that bake, but selling it is left to men, who also add value and make it more attractive. Gurasa is one food that is accessible, affordable, and for all classes, which also feature prominently in menus during celebrations and festivities in Kano.
I can't do without gurasa.
I like gurasa so much.
Food is one's heritage, so observers believe gurasa parks should be sited and located in all the historic sites of Kano for visitors to have a taste of it.
One interesting thing with gurasa is that it doesn't contribute to deforestation, as they use corn stalk as their fuel, providing another employment to youth.
This is what helps me do what I do in the university, and all I can say is Alhamdulillah.
The main challenge now is the instability in the price of flour, which is the essential commodity for gurasa making. This compels the bakers to start weighing the option of embarking on a strike if action is not taken. In Kano, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
Thank you, Aminu, for that wonderful report. For those that don't know what gurasa is, you've seen it. And then it's taken with sauce, stew, or anything, or just, alone. Well, let's take you to Lagos now, where Ikotun Egbe, the suburb of Lagos, and one of the oldest communities in the state, was on a daily basis characterized by business activities and heavy vehicular traffic. The story is no longer the same, and residents of the densely populated community are already counting their losses. Annie Daniels has the details.
Bolorunpelu is the host community of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, and like other neighboring communities, businesses have nosedived. And that's because they now have few people coming to patronize them. In fact, what I see here are just mostly hotels.
Some individuals, the landlord, have even quitted their environment for people to lodge.
Like this one we are looking at, a room per night is up to 50,000 naira. But right now, you can get it as low as 5,000.
We're only hoping and praying that maybe after the burial, the church will continue.
Authorities of the Synagogue Church of All Nations are optimistic businesses will pick up again, even with the demise of its founder.
Teaching his legacy is very, very strong in the hearts of everyone involved here. And a very central part of that was love for our fellow neighbor and charitable activity.
Meanwhile, activities lined up for the funeral of late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua have been released to the public to commence from the 5th to the 11th of July 2021.
We are collaborating with relevant state security agencies to ensure that we do not breach any public health safety protocol.
Prophet TB Joshua died on the 5th of June 2021 in Lagos. Annie Daniels, NTA News.
For one's household, there is trash to be discarded. But for scavengers and a couple of recyclers, it is raw wealth, which can be processed into other useful products. This is the mystery of the unique business of a group of scrap collectors and waste recyclers at Scrap Market, Panteka, as it's called in our local parlance, with immense economic potentials across the FCT, especially at a period the campaign for waste management towards ending global warming is high. However, the environmental and health hazards associated with this business is one issue that troubles the minds of the people. Ilyas Onoto Yakubu is on the matter.
Waste to wealth, anchored on the dignity in labor, simply summarizes the story of these people in these enclaves located across the landmarks of the Federal Capital Territory. Is a hub that has provided opportunities of means of livelihood for several thousands of individuals over time. The wealth innate at the Panteka colonies is unimaginable. Nothing goes to waste in these colonies. As it is the practice around these eagle-eyed people, every material considered as waste by the common people are gold to the Panteka dealer.
We use discarded canned drink containers or condemned car engines to construct the local ports.
Collectors rack up these materials from across various locations and they are conveyed to the Panteka, where they are then sorted into categories for onward transportation to various companies across the country for industrial use or refined into finished products of purpose. In the case of vehicles, they are first butchered into pieces and bits for ease of transportation.
They come from Lagos, Onitsha, Kano, and other places to sort for them, and that made us realize their value.
This is my shop. I have at least 10 boys which they are under me.
The industry in a Panteka enclave is innate and it knows no bound. For these people, this is home, where there is no break or weekend. And this brings me to the next question about the environmental implications of these activities to the human world. And again, what are the health challenges that comes with these activities?
Scavengers have security threats to the residents of the FCT, and that's a security issue. But the issue of illegal trading, we are aware of that and we are removing them.
This can constitute a serious public health problem for the individual and also the populace. And this can lead to outbreak of fecal-oral diseases, such as cholera, typhoid, and the rest of them.
Dignity in labor, they say, is the hallmark of decent and healthy living, which these pantaker dealers perfectly demonstrate. Iliasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Fear of food scarcity, high cost of food items are all over the place. Whether these fears are true or false remains to be seen. For the Benue State government, however, boosting agricultural activities to ensure food security in the state and Nigeria at large is non-negotiable. No wonder the governor, Samuel Otom, has flagged off distribution of improved seedlings in Makurdi to farmers across the 23 local government areas of the state. Charles Abba reports that the farmers said, as the food basket of the nation, the move is a step in the right direction.
I have with me here Gabriel Yote, one of the farmers who is to benefit from the seedlings.
It will help my economic base.
These very varieties will improve the standard of living.
Governor Samuel Otom explained that the flag off of the distribution of variety of seedlings comprising maize, rice, cassava stems, watermelons, and vegetable seeds to more than 22,000 farmers in Benue State is a deliberate effort of the state government to boost agricultural activities, enhance economic development, and to nip impending food shortage in the bud. The governor further indicated that fertilizers would be procured and distributed to farmers. He said, with the confinement of over 1 million potential farmers in various IDP camps, food production is affected negatively, hence the move to provide succor to farmers.
The communities will have to put money together and pay 50% for urea before they are supplied, and for NPK and other brands of fertilizer, they will have to pay 60% of the cost, and then it will be supplied to them. Government will pay subsidy.
Commissioner for Agriculture, Timothy G., noted that efforts would continually be geared towards encouraging food production for both domestic and commercial purposes and to lift people from poverty. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
In another development, Transcorp Energy Limited, a subsidiary of Transnational Corporation of Nigeria PLC, has presented an alternative energy solution to Nigeria as part of its integrated energy strategy. At a meeting with the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonaya Onu, to unveil the company's alternative energy plan, the company's managing director, Peter Ikenga, was optimistic this intervention will unlock greater value in the power sector of the country. Justin Bemui reports.
Transcorp Energy Limited is seeking to collaborate with the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology to develop nuclear power plants as alternative energy source for power generation in Nigeria using the Open 100 model. Head of the company, Peter Ikenga, said the project, which is first in Nigeria, is also transformative and would radically change the way nuclear power plants are deployed to offer a substantially less expensive and less complicated solution.
So nothing says you cannot locate this in, somewhere in Zafara or somewhere in Kebbi or wherever it is, and it provides a local electricity market within that axis by partnering with one of the discos. Right? But again, this is taking it beyond where we are. So for now, for us, really our focus is build the demonstration unit, show that it works, collect all the data that we require for about 6 to 18 months, and then based on all that information and learning, we'll begin to look at where do we want to deploy it.
Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonaya Onu, lauded the initiative and reiterated the federal government's commitment to promote the application of science, technology and innovation within the country, in line with Executive Order No. 5. He directed that a joint committee comprised of Transcorp and all the relevant stakeholders be set up immediately to jointly manage execution of the project. The Open 100 is the world's first open-source blueprint for nuclear power plant deployment for a small, standard, pressurized water reactor that will accelerate deployment of the modular nuclear plants for power generation. And Transcorp Energy's mission is to build an integrated energy business delivering value to all stakeholders while improving lives and transforming Nigeria. In Abuja, Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
Now, we are told by those who should know that a lot of economic and social activities revolve around power supply. If we agree on this, it is then congratulations to residents of Calabar and environs who are about to enjoy uninterrupted electricity supply, courtesy of the 27 megawatts gas-fired power plant in Calabar, which is nearing completion. Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade, who made an on-the-spot inspection of the project, directed contractors handling the plant to hasten its completion. Paul Abel confirms the report.
This gas-fired power plant is a social electricity project to provide electricity for the poorest of the poor and surrounding communities.
The intention is to ensure that the MSMEs, those small, medium-scale enterprises, have opportunity to have electricity. Thank God that in Nigeria we have a tariff regime that structures gas supply systems in such a way that there's a discounted price when you're doing gas to power.
We have received most of the consignments right now in Nigeria. So the specialists coming also, like right now from India, if we want to get the specialists from GE, BHEL, they can't come because there is a ban.
Governor Ayade also speaks on the future of generating power at an affordable rate.
With the huge Atlantic coastline we have, Nigeria has no business taking gas to power. This was conceived because of the circumstance of the time, but looking into tomorrow, I don't see why Nigeria will be trunking gas to a long distance just to go and generate power, when you can generate power with hydroelectricity at no cost.
As the project makes progress, contractors promise to complete the job within the stipulated time, despite restrictions of COVID-19. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has joined members of the All Progressives Congress APC to celebrate with party loyalist and chieftain in Plateau State, Captain Joseph Din, retired, on his 84th birthday, congratulating him on his steadfastness and contributions. In a statement, President Buhari extols Captain Din, who is chairman Plateau State All Progressives Congress Elders Advisory Council, for the prominent role he has been playing in ensuring sustenance of peace in the state and created more understanding within the party structure. With his wealth of wisdom and experience as the party chieftain clocks another age, the president felicitates with family members, friends and political associates, praying for his good health and strength. When we return from this next break that beckons, correspondence takes a look at youth corpers and that sad road many dread that you probably must have experienced during your own time that is playing out for many even at this period. Join us again.
I am with you at every stage of your life, providing comfort when you are keeping fit, comfort when you are expecting your bundle of joy, comfort during motherhood, comfort in your office, comfort in your car, comfort when sharing a meal, comfort at bedtime. From cradle to grey, there's comfort for you with Vitafoam. Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the type when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no, 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 no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment. Everything is just a blend. If you know what's good for you, my guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Available in a big 100-gram tube and a small 25-gram tube.
Hands, whether they belong to the young or old, Christian, or Muslim, no matter who you are, your hands are powerful. To stop the spread of COVID-19. H. Have your hands washed or sanitized frequently. A. Always cough or sneeze into your elbow. N. No going out without a face mask. D. Distance of at least 2 arms length should be maintained. S. Stay indoors and self-isolate if you feel sick. Hands.
Like a bird needs wings to fly, you need skills to be productive. No matter the level of your education, ITF can train you to acquire skills in areas like mechatronics, metal machining, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, information and communication technology, ICT, culinary art, and agriculture. Acquire a skill and transform yourself from being unemployed to becoming even an employer. Be a valuable Nigerian youth. Say no to unemployment and poverty.
I'll spread my wings and fly so high. I'll reach for the stars, yeah, it's time.
Industrial Training Fund, developing the nation's human resource.
Go big and live stream world-class football and more from SuperSport, the biggest Africa Magic and Emmy award-winning series, blockbusters and kid shows. Go big for less and get Showmax Mobile or Showmax Pro Mobile, plus 2.5 gig MTN data included at a great price that suits you. That's 25 hours of sports, series, movies and kid shows with a 1-month Showmax subscription with 2.5 gig MTN data. Dial *131# or visit showmax.com/MTN now.
Great to have you back. The recent release of timetable by the All Progressives Congress for congresses and preparation ahead of its national convention has ignited party activities, particularly at the Buhari House, national secretariat of the party. Latest of such activities is the inauguration of the APC Young Women Progressive Forum by the Governor Malabuni-led caretaker and extraordinary convention planning committee. Salih Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
22-year-old Munirat Yusuf from Kogi State and Ifedi Chiwendu, 27, from Anambra State, are both graduates and self-employed. They are visiting the APC National Secretariat for the first time. It is in the spirit of Catch Them Young and the passion for politics that the two have adopted APC as their preferred political party to pursue their dream.
I also believe in the impact of the party to my generation, because as we know, APC is my generation party.
Being an active politician will give you that forum, that avenue to voice out, to speak out.
The APC Young Women Forum is laying a foundation to increase women participation in politics and expand the membership base of the APC in line with the mandate of the Governor Malabuni-led caretaker committee.
And so that's why we have this platform.
whereby you'll be connected or you'll be mentored by 7 House of Assembly members, women who have shown their worth in politics.
The forum challenged the likes of Munirat and Ifedi to have faith in the ability and capability of the APC to realize their dream politically. Similarly, the John Odigie Oyegun-led Peace and Reconciliation Committee for APC South-South has submitted its report to the National Caretaker Committee.
The Reconciliation Committee came as a child of necessity to enable our people to talk to themselves and resolve issues amongst other party members in the region.
Secretary of the committee, John James Akpa-Odoedehe, received the report and assured that in line with the quest by the leader of the party, President Muhammadu Buhari, APC will continue to uphold and demonstrate the principle of bottom-up approach in its affairs. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
NUPEs have rounded off the low-key celebration of the 2021 annual Nupe Day. The Etu-Nupe and Chairman Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, Alhaji Yahya Abubakar, has spoken on the urgent need for the federal government to revitalize the economic potentials of Nupe land with the completion and effective use of Nigeria's first inland port at Baro in Agaye local government area of Niger State. Jones Ajayi has the report.
A port facilitated the marketing of goods and services by the British colonial masters as far back as 1911. After Nigeria's independence in 1960, the port fell into disuse and abandonment. The rehabilitation and commissioning of Baro Port by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019 raised the hopes and expectations of the people, especially the Baro community. But with no motorable roads and functional bridges to and from Baro, the equipment installed again is falling into disuse. And that is why the Etu-Nupe, on behalf of other royal fathers of Nupe land, is urging President Muhammadu Buhari and indeed the federal government to take steps to complete the project.
The Baro Port and also the Bida Basin exploration. So we want to use this opportunity to extend this appeal to the appropriate authorities, inshallah.
The Nupe paramount ruler also advised the immediate community of Baro and the adjoining communities of the proposed Bida Basin gas project to cooperate and give full support to the federal government for their overall benefit and the country at large. The low-key activities commemorating the 2021 Nupe Day were rounded off with prayers in mosques on Friday, 25th of June, and in churches on Sunday, 27th June, all across Nupe land in Niger, Kogi, and Kwara states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory. Both the imams and Christian clerics prayed for the unity, peace, and progress of the entire Nupe land and Nigeria in general. Jones Ajayi, NTA News.
Thank you, Jones. You know what the lizard does when it falls from a high position? It looks left and right, then nod its head. Meaning, if no one appreciates me, I will appreciate myself. This is what Nigerians are being urged to do, so as to build a good image and reputation for the country to attract foreign investments and other opportunities for development. This was the position of speakers at a forum to celebrate achievements of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Abuja chapter. Joseph Austin tells us more.
It is a gathering to honor new council members and fellows of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Abuja chapter. However, key players in the management of information and public relations also see it as an avenue to forge a front towards building positive reputation for Nigeria.
So in our country, where everywhere is suffused with hate speech, with fake news, with falsehood, everything turned upside down, it will matter that reputation is managed.
There's only one strategy of selling any country in the world. It's called the SWOT analysis. Strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. But we found out that only with NIPR, you can change weaknesses to become opportunities.
There seems to be a conspiracy to cripple the country. it is our duty, sacred one for that matter, to come in, intervene, and see what we can do.
NIPR, you manage reputations. With NIPR, you have peace. And once you have peace, you have security.
A vital take-home from this meeting is for heads of organizations to apply the expertise of public relations officers for improved communication skills among colleagues to a better relationship, peace and stability. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
Every undergraduate in Nigeria's tertiary institution looks forward to participating in the one-year mandatory National Call to Service. This is no other than the National Youth Service Corps program. For some, from the 3 weeks orientation course to posting to places of primary assignment and passing out parade or winding up, it's stress-free, while for others, securing a place for primary assignment is a different ballgame. Olainka Ojo in this report takes a look at challenges of corps members' rejection by some organizations and what the NYSC is doing about it.
From different parts of the country, fresh graduates are posted to states other than their state of origin or the state where their institution is located. This is in a bid to ensure national unity and integration. After the drills and fun of the 3 weeks orientation, they are posted to different places of primary assignment. While some get accepted immediately, others aren't so lucky.
An agency that belongs to government should obey the law and they do what the government wants the agencies to do. If they are posted there, they must accept them.
Happiness Ogo and Anante Chukudi are among several youth corps members facing the challenge of rejection in spite of federal government's directive to government agencies not to reject youth corps members.
I got rejected and I've kind of gotten to know my whereabouts in Abuja a little, and I basically have accommodation, but thinking about someone who doesn't have an accommodation and going other places, it will be really stressful for the person.
I was rejected after keeping me for weeks.
The tale of Agwo and Anante, some rejection cases NTA found out are self-induced as some youth corps members request potential employers to reject them.
So I want to appeal to corps employers under no circumstances should corps members induce them to give them rejection. They should have cause to report such corps members to us.
Some of them have already been shortlisted for disciplinary action.
This trend of rejection has no doubt created some level of stress for the unlucky ones who claim they resort to searching for places of service on their own. Some of them we saw during a visit to one of the NYSC area offices seeking reposting.
Apart from those relocating on marital grounds and on health grounds, every other person goes outside AMAC. And so far, those that have gone, we've not had one case of rejection from those areas.
While we continue our investigation, we encountered Ayeni Tolulokwe, a financial expert who came to request for youth corps members.
We will be taking at least 4. In my letter, I stated clearly the particular discipline I need.
The management of the NYSC says it remains committed to contributing to the socio-economic development of Nigeria through harnessing the potentials of these patriotic youths, and will continue to count on the support of all in that regard. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
Thank you, Olainka. The test of knowledge among students sometimes goes beyond classwork. Extracurriculum activities also count. Defending champion Ekwa High School Doma Nasarawa State has proved this point as it emerges again winner of the Voice of Nigeria 2021 National French Drama Competition for secondary schools organized in Abuja. Kenneth Nanim brings us up to speed with the echoes of the sights and sounds of the event.
Isaac John is the brain behind the annual secondary schools French drama competition by the Voice of Nigeria. He introduced the competition as a core member, serving with Vaughan in 2017, and he's now a staff of the organization.
Nigeria is the only country in the middle of Francophone country. So as a core member, I thought that, okay, it's important for me to bring out this idea or this initiative to encourage our students to learn this language, to open more doors for them at the outside world opportunities.
The initiative was adopted in the last 5 years as an annual national competition that encourages students and the younger generation to study the French language and culture for proper integration and cooperation among students in the African sub-region. In the 2021 edition and the 15th series, 5 schools from the FCT, Ogun, Nasarawa, and Plateau states featured in the competition. Ekwa High School, Doma, Nasarawa State, clinched the first position. The second went to the Ambassadors College, Ota, Ogun State, while Anglican Comprehensive Secondary School, Kubwa, Abuja, got the third position.
Anytime we usually go for French competitions, we usually come first. We usually go with joy. That's why I appreciate God. Thank you.
But we are thanking God because we got second position. It was the mindset we put to our drama.
This is like our first time coming here, and then we took third position. I'm really happy and glad.
The organizers are confident that the objective of the exercise is being realized.
Knowledge is one of the fulcrum of any advancement any nation can achieve. And we're happy that you are disposed to learn. And we are trying to create the ground.
We will see in the future how the French Institute can be closer with Voice of Nigeria to organize this event, because as I said, it's very important in 2 aspects: to give the opportunity to children to meet and also to promote the French language and Francophone culture.
The National French Drama Competition is also aimed at unifying students as well as midwife their inherent skills and talents for greater productivity. Kenneth Nani, NTA News.
I wish I could say congratulations to the winners in French, but all the same, congratulations. Let's take another breather, and when we return, we take you on a trip to a wonder bridge that has stood for decades despite not having pillars. And where could that be? Find out shortly.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Finally, Euro 2020 is here. Enjoy all the matches live on Star Times for only 1,700 Naira monthly or 160 Naira per day. Recharge now to enjoy all the matches. Watch Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, Mbappe of France, Lukaku of Belgium, and other top European football stars. No matter where you are, Star Times is here for you. You can enjoy all these matches on your mobile phone. Just download Star Times on app on your phone to watch all the matches for 1,000 Naira monthly or 400 Naira weekly. Recharge today with 1,700 Naira monthly or 160 Naira daily. That's right, you heard me. On Star Times, you can watch all the matches with monthly subscription of 1,700 Naira or daily subscription of 160 Naira. Terms and conditions apply. Star Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Thanks for staying. Having to go through traffic gridlock, a common feature in a lot of Nigerian cities, can be very frustrating. It causes road rage and does not only slow down economic activities, but also engender wear and tear of vehicles. Now, in Kaduna Metropolis around Kawo intersection, the government has since gone an extra mile to address these challenges with the reconstruction of flyover about to be completed. Sunday Adamu brings us an update.
Kawo is feared by travelers accessing the far north or traveling to the south for its notorious traffic gridlock, which most times is unpredictable.
It's always choking, especially if it rains. It's a terrible one.
Truly, people are suffering concerning this holdup because if you have some issue for a 30 minutes, if you follow this way, you can spend more than 1 hour, 30 minutes before you reach where you are heading to.
Under the previous administration, an overpass was constructed to address peculiar challenges of traffic flow. The increase in vehicular movement and urgency to modernize infrastructure is the reason for ongoing reconstruction of the bridge. It is understandable the current gridlock around the area, and are optimistic things will change upon completion.
We thank God for this period when they do it because you go stop the hold up.
It's going to be of positive impact to the people of Kaduna State. The traffic flow is going to move smoothly. It's going to be hitch-free, unlike what we used to experience before.
Corps Commander Federal Road Safety Corps Afis Mohammed says road users will be happy accessing parts of the country from the axis.
We did a traffic count in May during the Eid al-Fitr travel for Salah. And then we realized in 5 days we had a traffic volume of almost 200,000 vehicles. So if you take an average, maybe about 20,000-30,000 averagely passing through this location.
With the high volume of traffic crisscrossing at this intersection daily, the multi-million naira new Kawo Bridge is seen as a timely intervention, which upon completion is expected to ease vehicular movement and boost socioeconomic activities in Kaduna. Adamu Sunday, NTA News.
From the normal to the not so normal, a well-constructed bridge is expected to have certain characteristics like concrete pillars, beams, and steel columns for safe movement of vehicles and humans. But for the Egane Wonder Bridge in Ofu local government area of Kogi State, there are no pillars to support this Wonder Bridge. Yet, Egane Bridge has remained firm and solid for over 6 decades. Correspondent Oyedele Ibigbemi tells us the myth surrounding the miraculous emergence of the Egane Wonder Bridge.
Egane is a village in Ofu local government that marks the boundary between Ofu and Olamaboro local governments in Kogi State. The people are predominantly farmers. According to the chief priest, the Egane Bridge can be traced to the then Atai Gala Ame Oboni I. He was on a journey and had to cross the river. While trying to cross, his horse got drowned. Saddened by the situation, he picked up some quantity of sand on his hand and after some pronouncements, poured the sand into the river and the bridge miraculously appear. That it is over 6 decades and still counting, the Egane Ata Ame Oboni Bridge is still in use presently as vehicles and other human activities are ongoing unimpeded.
Where I'm standing is the Wonder Bridge, Egane, in Ofu local government area of Kogi State.
For Abdul Mumuni Usman and Abdullahi Omale, the Egane River is a healing center.
The problem where I explained to him, he said, sharp sand as I did like this, it go be like food. I go sit down the chopper, and if I no chopper, I no go enjoy my life. As I go explain everything to him, that day my problem solved. If I see sand today, I don't even look sand side now. I married wife, 5 children. So that is what Egane River, wonderful bridge, do for me.
To others, the river is a tourist center and channel of water for domestic use, among many other benefits.
This river that we stand here, we use first the water drink free is a benefit. We use bath free is a benefit.
And when such a site is developed, one, it will attract human population to the area, boosting tourism. It's an avenue to generate revenue, employment for our teeming youth.
The chief priest of Egane River told NTA News that the river does not answer to bad requests and wishes. It only grants answers to requests with good intentions. Just like many others at the riverside, I am at Egane River to pray for a more peaceful and united Kogi State and Nigeria. Ayodele Ibigbemi, NTA News.
And we thank you for the prayers, Ayodele. You know, shelter is a basic need of man. You can only appreciate this when you find yourself looking for where to lay your head at night. For civil servants, housing security is a great booster of productivity. No wonder the Nigerian Immigration Service has keyed into the federal government's National Social Housing Scheme with groundbreaking for its staff housing scheme in Kiami. Off Airport Road, Abuja. Victor Azu has the report.
A key component of the federal government's economic sustainability plan is the National Social Housing Program. It is aimed at delivering affordable housing and millions of jobs for Nigerians. Agencies of government have keyed in. And propelled by the Minister of Interior, the Nigerian Immigration Service has now followed suit with its first ever housing scheme in the Kiami district of Abuja off the airport road. It's a scheme that the Comptroller General of Immigration holds dear, as it will improve living standards of officers and men of the service.
The Comptroller General have a mission of giving back dedicated officers and men of the Nigerian Immigration Service, social welfare amenities.
Working with other partners, the contractors hope to make this dream a reality in no distant time.
For the phase one, which the foundation is just laid now, we're expecting 800 units. We hope by February, the first set will take their house.
With that in mind, personnel of the Nigerian Immigration Service will be salivating at the prospects of affordable homes not far from the service headquarters. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Integrating Nigerians in the diaspora in national development has remained pertinent due to the role they play in economic and national development. Pursuant to this mandate, Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission has launched a data mapping and registry portal in Abuja. Obiageli Ugwukie has the details of this all-important portal.
Amidst cheers from government officials and participants, the Diaspora Data Mapping Portal is launched. The portal will enhance participation of millions of Nigerians across the globe in demographic, national planning and budgeting purposes at all levels.
The diaspora database is a critical element for mobilizing and galvanizing the Nigerian diaspora for national development, in line with the intent, purpose, and vision for the establishment of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission.
In its first year, NIDCAM commenced the establishment of data mapping sites to effectively activate engagements with Nigerians in the diaspora in the policies, projects, and programs of the Nigerian government.
The significance of this commissioning serves not only to create awareness of this portal, but also to develop a collaborative agenda for the development of a credible database for every Nigerian in the diaspora.
And it will go a long way in helping the Nigerian government to understand the socio-demographic spread, potentials of its diaspora, and the willingness of it to invest in the country.
The portal will serve as premier capturing platform for diaspora raw data in over 20 countries around the world. Obiageli Ugwoke, NTA News.
To sports now. Nigerian wrestlers made their Olympics debut at the Los Angeles Olympics in 1984. Nigeria is yet to win any medal in wrestling, but the present crop of wrestlers are optimistic of breaking the jinx at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. On this special report, Tamara Ibiwe reports on the chances of Nigeria winning medals in the sport.
Wrestling is not just a traditional sport in Nigeria, popularly seen during cultural activities. It is now a competitive sport at the national, continental and world levels. Nigeria is one of the powerhouses in the combat sport on the continent. Between 2017 and 2020, Nigeria has won medals at the African Championships. At the Oceania Africa Tokyo qualifying series, wrestlers qualified, 19-year-old Adijat Idris and the only man amongst them, Ekerekeme Agiomo. The Olympics is not a new terrain for Nigerian wrestlers, with our debut in Los Angeles in 1984. Coach Victor Kodai, a four-time Olympian, ranked 6th and 13th in Atlanta 96 and Sydney 2000. Victor Kodai's 6th place finish is Nigeria's best performance in the Olympics. Coach Philip Momo was at the 1984 Olympics and he was ranked 7th in the world.
She has been to World Championship like 3-4 times now. And she has been back-to-back, second place, back-to-back. We also have a Blessing Oborododo there and the Aminat Adeni. I'm seeing that Nigeria they are going to deliver gold for us at this Olympics.
Preparations have since begun at the national camp in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, and the wrestlers are doing all they can to win Nigeria's first Olympic medal in wrestling.
In 2016, I was in Rio for the Olympics, anxiety, so many things, and I've not gained my confidence before. But now I've fought almost all the wrestlers coming to the Olympics, and I've won so many of them.
This Olympic, I think, is going to be the best one and the better one.
Working on a very good attitude on the mat, and we have been working on the bad ones too. So both, we're just developing, trying to improve.
Daniel Igali, who won gold for Canada in Sydney 2000 Olympic Games, is determined to win medals for Nigeria as a critical committee chairman of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation. Nigeria will compete in freestyle at the Tokyo Games. Tamara Ibiwe, NTA News.
And with Sports Update, we conclude News Extra for tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of it. But before I go, remember to be a Star Connect with the NTA and stand against rape and rapists. I am Fatima Umaruba. Enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Tuning in. I am Lydia Odije Ochi.
Ignatius Nkwo for Deadline 360.
In Kano, Fatima Sanusi Karaye, Deadline 360.
A closer system of government to the people over the years, observers say, has been involved in several.
The Gbagi Adorable Marriage Festival remains a sacred obligation.
For Deadline 360, Justina Etam. Efik language, otherwise known as Iko Efik, is a native language of...
Thank you for joining us. I am Lydia Odije Ochi.